Erik and Wade, throwing bets like haymakers. UFC fight night, no faking these heartbreakers. Punch stats, bankrolls, the scorecards never fold. Etoft21Sports talking bold like fist catching gold. Erik saying underdogs got swagger. Wade counter champs got a clan and jaw won't stagger. Money on the line, bets as sharp as a dagger. Hot tops, bling, flashing lights, heavyweight bagger. Etoft21 clash of minds, no surprise. Erik Wade in the ring, shouting on, shooting high. Fight night dreams, cold cash gleam in their eyes. Betting broad, UFC calls on the podcast sky.
We have reached the part of the podcast when we talking some UFC Perth, and who better to come on than Wade, aka Proven Wagers Online. Wade, how you doing this lovely evening?
Doing pretty good. Getting ready for this fight card on Saturday. It's going to be an early one, man, so we got to lock in.
I mean, this is like midnight where you are. So
yeah, I'm ready.
3 a.m. Well, maybe 1 a.m. where you are, 3 a.m. where I am.
Yeah. Yep.
Successful card last week. We hit our DFS lineup. That's really starting to start. Hit Stride, hit Sterling via decision. Trying to think what else.
Yeah, I went 1 and 2. I just stupid. This is why we don't take -165 money lines, guys. Just don't do it.
Oh my God, what?
You lose a split decision on Montel Jackson.
Oh yeah, he lost, dude. I totally forgot.
Yes, he did.
I am trying to remember what.
And then I actually picked flipped. I gave out Anthony Hernandez on the show.
So we had Edwards plus 105, Sterling via decision plus 282, DFS lineup. So we made you guys some money.
Was that Croden last week that I gave out? Or was that
you hit Croden. Croden was the one you hit.
And then what sucks is I gave out Hernandez as a pick because we do this earlier than when I gave out really my official VIP plays, and I ended up pick flipping on that. I gave out Garcia as a VIP pick, and luckily he cashed. But some of these fights is tricky to figure out earlier in the week, man.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. We each have 3 bets. Going to build you a DFS lineup.
Yeah.
First bet you are going with.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Cam Rouston-Robert Brizek fight. I feel like a lot of people are going to be on the Cam Rouston side. He's come on pretty strong in the UFC. I'm pretty impressed with him, but I think this might be a good place to fade him. I know he's going to be fighting at home. He does enter with a 14-3 record. He's obviously the more active striker. Brizek comes in with a little more experience in fighting overall in his career. He's 18-6. So he has a few more fights under his belt. He's a little more patient, and he has a lot more defensive style to his name. Rouston does land a tricky 4.26 significant strikes per minute compared to Brizek's 3.74, and he does hold a clear advantage in striking accuracy of 46% to a 36%. However, what I like in this matchup is Brizek's defensive metrics. They stand out pretty well to me. He does absorb more damage, 4.0 per minute, but he holds a really strong 59% defense and an elite 85% takedown defense compared to Rouston's only 33% takedown defense. So I think that this can create a pretty interesting dynamic where Rouston's volume may just not translate cleanly. If Brizek is able to slow down the fight, force lower efficiency exchanges, obviously Rouston does have the size advantage, but I just think Brizek's durability, his ability to avoid being controlled could really neutralize Rouston's striking over a course of the fight. I just think if Brizek is able to limit the damage, defend any takedowns that come his way, keep the fight at a slower pace, I just think this becomes a much closer fight than just looking at the raw stats may suggest. I just think this sets up as a potential fight that could go back and forth. It's really going to matter on who's more efficient and who holds the defensive control. I just think Brizek at plus 154 is some pretty good odds to give Rouston, I believe, his first UFC loss. I could be wrong there, but I think he's undefeated in the UFC so far.
I like it. My first one, I'm going to Schulte. Give me Schultz plus 127, proven finishing versatility, submission heavy edge, 5 submissions and 8 victories. His opponent, Ben Johnson, has a limited sample size, 5-run record. We don't have proof Johnson can even survive or defend high-level grappling. Schultz averages 4.52 takedowns per 15, huge number. Even if his accuracy isn't elite, volume wrestling creates control time equals judging equality. It appears open to a submission game. Schultz 8-3, multiple appearances, including Contender Series. Johnston 5-1, making his UFC debut. And here's the big thing. I was looking through his history. He's retired twice and came back. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. And he's 35, debuting. High variance. Schultz has already fought under these UFC lights, so that's not going to be a factor. Johnson is taller, but Schultz has the bigger reach advantage. I think Schultz can close the distance without eating shots, entering grappling, exchanges safety. 4.6 significant strikes landed per minute. Higher pace, more chaos, more upset potential. And plus, we get a fighter who has 6 fights, making his UFC debut, who's retired twice, who's 35 years old, against someone that's been there, done that. Look, maybe there's something I'm not seeing here, but this Schultz plus 127 to me is completely sticking out in a great place. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Schultz plus 127.
Yeah, I like that he's coming off that knockout too. He's lost his last fight as a knockout. He bounced back off his last knockout fight with a submission win. I know it wasn't the UFC, but yeah, this fight definitely sticks out. I don't understand why this guy – he's obviously very kill or be killed. He's all finishing. He's either won all of his fights by finish or he's lost his one fight by KO. So I don't know. This Johnston guy I don't understand these odds. Why is he minus 135?
I have no idea.
I get it, dude.
No idea.
Very good find by you. I'm going to definitely take this myself. I wasn't thinking about it. I saw it. I thought this was weird odds. I didn't think about taking it, but after seeing you take it, this is a good spot. Very good spot.
Next one, my friend, you're going to a parlay.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find some good odds on this card right now. It's forcing me to almost go with some decision, so I'm just going to have to parlay Urseg here. It's a tricky fight, man. Listen, Tim Elliott's pretty good. We got Tim Elliott against Steve Urseg. But I think a good parlay here is taking the Urseg money line and parlaying this fight to just at least go over 1.5 odds, or 1.5 rounds. I think that's going to be the alternate rounds fight on most of the cards that you're going to look at. That the best odds I can find is minus 140 over on Bet365. The other books are like minus 145, minus 150. Talk about Elliott here a little bit. A lot of experience, man. He enters in 22-13-1, very heavy grappling style. Urseg, obviously, a little more balanced and composed approach. On the feet, Urseg does hold the edge in volume, a 4.0 significant strikes per minute compared to Elliott's 3.37, while also being slightly more accurate. Elliott absorbs less damage at 2.56 per minute, but his style is kind of built more around constant movement, wrestling, averaging 3.71 takedowns per 15 minutes. Urseg, on the other hand, he averaged just 1.15 takedowns, but he has shown strong control in fights where, where it takes place, where control is really going to matter, along with the 62% takedown defense. Urseg has fought for the championship. He's fought some of the higher level fighters in his recent fights. And I think this fight likely starts with Elliott's going to be pushing the pace, looking for some early grappling success. But I really think if Urseg can just stay composed, use his defensive structure, I think that's really going to allow him to survive a lot of early weird sequences that Elliott's going to throw in his way. And I just think as the fight settles, I think with Urseg's experience lately, I think he's just going to become the cleaner striker over time. His ability to dictate range should begin to take over, and I think he'll be able to find his own takedowns. Given Elliott's durability and grinding style, I really don't see an early finish in this fight. So I just think combined with Urseg's measured approach, I just think this fight is going to profile where we're going to see, if we do see a finish, it's going to be later in the fight when one of these guys just slips up and makes a mistake after they're tired and exhausted. I think it's going to be a war. This is a really good fight where I think Tim Elliott's going to bring it, but I think Urseg is going to start putting together some more wins. We've seen him put together string wins before. I think this is a good time for him to start building more wins together, and I think this is just a good spot at home for him.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. I was definitely looking at that over. My next one, I'm going to the next fight right after my boy Schultz.
Ooh.
Morales.
Shocker.
120. I think Morales is one of the better underdogs in the card. First off, this is a step down in competition for him. When you look at his resume, he's been in there with rising talent, some tough outs. Meanwhile, thickness is still early in his UFC run, and we're not talking about the same level of opponent. So right away, you're not getting the more battle-tested fighter. You're getting the more battle-tested fighter at plus money. I see this as a 50-50 fight, and we're getting plus money. Takedown defense, huge versus poor wrestling. Morales, defense takedown about 58% of the times, was a salad. Now flip that. Thickness lands just 9% of his takedowns and only defends 50% of his self takedowns. I really think that's a massive red flag. If Thickness can't keep this fight standing, this fight's going to get to the mat, which isn't where he wants to be. Morales puts up 3.576 strikes per minute, slightly ahead of Thickness, and more importantly, he's more of a forward pressure fighter. He's proven he can push, pace, fight deep into fights. We've seen him land 40 strikes against Smith, 39 against Lopez, and 64 against Lopez. That's the kind of output that wins rounds, especially in close fights. Legit finishing upside in a lower finishing matchup. Morales, 75% of his wins, subs or KOs. Thickness is a decision type fighter. Morales also more active offensively, averaging submission attempts, constantly hunting opportunities. If there's a finish in the fight, I think it's more likely to come from the Morales side. Massive experience gap. This is one of the bigger ones on the board. Morales, 26 pro fights, Thickness 9. Morales has fought high-level prospects, dangerous fighters, multiple styles. He knows how to win ugly steel rounds just mid-fight, and that matters a ton. Morales is coming in a losing streak, is exactly why we're getting plus money. But you look deeper, those losses came against high-level competition. He was competitive in all of them, still landing, still grappling. Thickness, low takedown success, decision-heavy style, still improving against this level of competition. This is a buy, a low veteran versus a high prospect top spot. One of the most profitable angles that I absolutely love. So look, I'm going to do it. Give me Morales here, plus 120, my friend. Next one, we're going to the main event. We each have a look here, but why don't you go with your look first, my friend?
Yeah, I'll go to the main event here with JDM versus Prates. Madalena enters this fight 18-3. Prates 23-7, a matchup that I think it looks, honestly, on a pure striking battle on paper. I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but JDM pushes the higher pace, landing 5.57 significant strikes per minute compared to Prates at 3.77. However, Prates is the more accurate striker at 55%, and he should have a clear advantage at a 78% compared to 73% in their reach department. Really, both fighters absorb a decent amount of damage. Prates at 4.53 per minute, JDM at 3.84, which does suggest that I think both are willing to stand and pocket, stand in the pocket and trade punches here. Defensively, JDM has the edge on paper, 63% to 47% in the striking, which I think should help him manage exchanges better over time if the fight lasts more than a few rounds. Neither fighter brings that much of a grappling advantage here. I think both are averaging near 0 takedowns. So I think this likely just plays out entirely on the feet. I think the fight leans a little bit more towards a longer outcome as durability and pace. JDM's volume, keeps him competitive in rounds. And I think I was really impressed with how he handled Makhachev. He didn't really take a lot of damage in that fight. So I don't really see him being too chinny in this fight, even if Prates gets a few good licks on him. I think he's going to be able to stand those punches here. And I think Prates, he's going to try to stand at range, stay efficient over the time. I know he's going to try to find his shots, but I know he knows that JDM's fairly. Did you hear something on your thing? It's throwing me off. I'm hearing like reverberations in my ear. You hear me still?
Yep. Okay. I was having a cough.
Okay, so I'm about to finish here. So I think, JDM's dangerous. I think Prates can avoid it. Both fighters are comfortable striking. I just don't think either one's going to wrestle too much here, and I think that's going to push us towards a controlled striking fight rather than more of a chaotic high finish matchup. So I'm gonna go with the fight goes the distance in this fight at plus 180. I know it's scary. Both fighters have finishing ability, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be on the Prates side of things. I just don't know if JDM's going to be chinny to get knocked out, and I do lean Prates on the side if I was going to pick one right now.
I like it. I think this fight is going to be nails. I got Prates. I got him at minus 102. I'm looking right now. FanDuel still has him as the lowest price.
Yeah, he's like minus 120 now. So if anybody likes him, I would get on him if he's going to keep moving up.
Look, I love JDM. I really do. Clean boxer, technical, been consistent, but I just kind of feel stylistically this is a mad matchup for him. When you look at him, left-handed jab, that's where he gets into rhythm, can push forward, control the price. The problem is he's facing the long, rangy southpaw in Prates. That's a nightmare. Has the length, the stance, the counter-striking ability to disrupt everything JDM wants to do. JDM likes to come forward. He's not a natural counter-striker, and I don't see him suddenly changing levels in wrestling here. Even if he does, Prates has strong takedown defense that could end up gassing JDM in the later rounds, which will open up some knockout opportunities for Prates. So the way I see this fight playing out, JDM moving forward, struggling to establish the jab, and Prates sitting back, picking his shots and landing more impactful shots. And let's talk about the power, because this is where it really starts to separate. Prates' elite finishing ability. We're talking 8-2 TKO, KO rather, with 5 finishes in his 6 UFC wins. His last 2 is spinning back elbow knockout over Neal, and then the starching of former champion Leon Edwards. That's not just power, that's high level proven finishing against competition. JDM is power too, no doubt, but he's gone to decision in 3 of his last 4. That tells you he's more volume based, more grindy. Meanwhile, Prates is ending fights. Physically, Carlos has the edge, 6'1", 78 reach advantage compared to JDM, 5'11", 73-inch reach advantage. That's a 5-inch difference, and that really matters. Stylistically, this fight stays on the feet. Neither guy can really push grappling. JDM barely shoots, and Prates doesn't rely on it. This plays directly into the strength, Carlos's strengths. You look at the momentum, Prates has been knocking off legit competition, doing against high-level finishes. JDM coming off a tough loss and has shown that he can struggle against elite level finishes. So when you stack it up, style, power, physical tools, and recent form, it's hard not to like Carlos here. Bottom line, this is a high variance striking fight. And in those spots, I want a guy with one-shot finishing ability and the reach and the better match on paper. Give me Carlos Prates minus 102, my friend.
Yeah, looking at the last 5 fights for JDM, he really hasn't fought a pure striker first. Makhachev, Muhammad, Burns, Holland, Bazil Hafez, none of those guys are like pure strikers. So interesting matchup.
I think it's gonna be a great matchup. I like Carlos.
He actually submitted the last striker he fought from Randy Brown. Well, Randy Brown's not that good, but yeah, so we'll see. This is an interesting fight.
Let's go ahead. Let's bring up our traditional DFS lineup. Got to go to the main event. I'm pretty adamant. I think we need to put Carlos.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't really know if he's going to win, but I'm fine with it. I haven't gotten there yet. The disrespect on Beneil Dariush this week is just ridiculous. I cannot believe I've ever seen a plus 500 on him ever. That's no way.
If he can grapple, watch out.
Yeah, he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights by knockouts. 7, he's lost 7 times in his career, 6 by knockout. I just don't know. I don't love this card, if I can be honest. I don't love anything going on here.
Your shot is being fed to the wolves.
I don't understand that fight. I don't understand the odds. I'm fine if you want to try to fit that in there. It's just so expensive.
Yeah.
You can try it and see where we get, because I think that's a lock. I don't think there's many locks on this card, but I think that's probably one. I don't think Mearshard's going to be a parlay buster this weekend. I really don't. I'm shocked. Hate this card.
All right, let's go ahead. There's your boy. My boy Schultz.
I don't mind Schultz. I think it's a kind of a good look. He's just got to not get knocked. If he can just not get finished, just don't get finished, man.
What about Birasek?
What else we got? I don't mind the Vince Morales. I love it because, listen, his back, if anybody's back is against the wall on this card, it is Vince Morales. He has 3 straight losses since he's come back, second time to the UFC. If he loses, he's done. He's got to go pack his bags and go home. He has to win. I think that's a good play.
It's going to open stuff up.
Got to play him. Rahiki, he's going to win for sure because Schmitz just got called up, but no, that's too expensive.
Jesus Christ. We're gonna have to look.
God, just the heavyweights are all trash.
We gotta look in this vicinity here.
Just I can't. The Sutherland's trash. I'm so torn on the Pericic Gaziev fight. I know I feel like Pericic is going to be a really heavy favorite this week, but if he was so heavy favorite, wouldn't his odds be moving? Because they're not.
When as we go, boom here.
Oh my God! Don't do it. They need to release Tuitai Vasa. He sucks.
When as we do this?
You really want to put Ty in this situation? I am so staying away from that loser. If you trust him, I'm fine with it because I think he might win this fight. But good God, he's so bad. He's so bad. Look at how many. If anybody's gonna win, it's him. He's just like Vince Morales, man. He's got to win, and when he wins, he scores big as he gets you a knockout. So just do it. Do it.
You're shooting for it.
Lock him up.
So we got Biersack, we got Toavalis, Morales, Schultz.
I love it. This is an ugly, ugly card. This is going to get us some real money right here, baby.
This is why it's a 3 a.m. card, my friend.
I love it. I love this. This is probably my favorite DFS lineup we put together in a while.
Well, we've cashed the last two, looking to keep the ship a rocking.
Well, so you're saying that. Hold on now, because that has every single one of those cards had like 3 women on it.
I know, dude. Like, I mean, like, look, dude, you give me a lot of shit, but I went back to my roots of just capping women's fighting.
Yeah, I think that's a good play when the women are on. We don't have any women here, do we?
No, we have no women. I don't know what it is about the Bertha. There's usually never many women on the Bertha cards, though, right? Yeah.
I think you're right. Next card should have some women. We'll get back to the women.
Yeah, the Aussies just not like women.
I don't know if they have that many fighters that represent that area. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, the Strickland fight is next. God, I hope that fucker just gets.
Oh yeah, baby, I'm ready for that. I would love Strickland to win, dude.
I'd fuck Strickland.
I would love to see Chimaev lose, just to see him lose. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wonder what those odds are. Those odds got to be out.
I mean, I'm seeing
those
Strickland
have to be
90.
What?
Strickland plus 390.
290?
390.
No, I was gonna say 290 makes sense. 390, I don't know. Now we're getting a little crazy. We may have to sprinkle a little bit on Strickland. He probably won't win. He's just gonna get ragdolled. But you never know.
Fuck that.
That'll be a good card.
So, my friend, I appreciate you coming on. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you?
Just come check Proven Wagers over on Instagram, over on YouTube. Just getting the room set up after the move. Should start recording and posting some baseball content probably starting next week. So we'll get back to some regular videos, more posting, and always back here next week with probably a fantastic card. A lot of fun breakdowns next week. Maybe we should even do a live. I think we should look into doing something live for the next card.
You want to look to do something live for the next card?
So the next card's looking pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing if we can fit that in our schedule.
Dude, I'm always around, man.
Check it out. I think so. I think Saturday would be a good day next because obviously the timing of this card is just like not. It's possible for me, but I don't know if anybody's going to want to be doing that.
Oh, fuck that. I'll be sleeping, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be sleeping. I'll be in the gym working out, bro. Slaying the weights.
Hey, by the way, I actually just joined a UFC gym out here, Huntington Beach, last week. Been loving it. Nice little place.
You and Tito?
Know, I actually heard that Tatiana Suarez and Marab both came through that gym not that long ago, so maybe I'll see some fighters. But usually I'm going late at night. I don't think anybody's going that late. It's
really funny to me. So like I have a gym in my garage, in my garage I have a gym, so I just work out there because I work out at the weirdest times. I'm usually 4 a.m. I'm usually working out. But when I'm driving, I always drive past the place here, Bear Fit, so it's like tied to the Chicago Bears, and like right in front of it they're opening up a Raising Cane's.
Oh god.
So literally, like to go into the Raising Canes, you have to turn into the gym.
Ah.
It's in the gym's part. I don't know. I find it fucking hilarious, dude. I find it fucking hilarious. But
you're gonna get a lot of business from people coming out of the gym hungry.
Oh, sure, dude, for sure. Give that man a follow. I appreciate my friend. We'll be back next week for UFC. What is that bad boy? 328. Till then, best of luck in your bets, and we'll talk soon, brother.
Good luck, guys.